Remember those. Right. So, upper body. Dreary day out there, but that's okay. The daffodils are coming out and brightening up the dreariness. So, sitting on your bum. So let's shimmy from side to side. We haven't done that for a while. Let's feel those seat bones into the mat. Let's push onto the left side, push onto the right, push onto the left, push onto the right, and then shimmy. Feel them. This is what they feel like. Make sure you feel them when you're sitting. Make sure you're not feeling one more than the other. Make that shimmy smaller and smaller. And then just sit there, ooh, with your feet in front. And then let's just glide. So I'm going to push that right leg away down the mat by moving the pelvis. And then I'm going to push that left one. So we can do this sitting with our knees. Push that right one, push that left one. Put your hands around onto your back. You can feel that sacroiliac joint moving. Push the right, push the left, push the right, push the left. And then come back to the middle. Look at your feet, look at your ankle bones, look at your knees, and check that they are aligned. Check you aren't sitting with one side tilted forward. So now you should feel those seat bones into the floor. Rubbing those legs, rubbing all the way up, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. I always think of Sarah when I wear these yellows. Rubbing those legs, rub the outside of those thighs, rub the top of those thighs, rub the inside of those thighs, rub on those kneecaps. Thumbs down the inside of those shins, soften the knees, and then hold those ankles and pull yourself forward. So to start with, we're stretching that hip joint, putting the tummy onto the thighs, stretching. Push that head up over those toes. Now we're going to include that hamstring stretch. So push that right knee down towards the floor. Push it there and hold it there, breathing in. Breathing out. And release it. Push that left knee down towards the floor. And hold it there, breathing in. Breathing out. Release. Push both knees down towards the floor. Lengthen your head up towards your toes, breathing in. Breathing out. Release those hands on those legs. Lift yourself up onto your seat bones. Roll your shoulders up to your ears, pull them back. Put your hands on the floor behind. Lift your chest up and forward. Push your tummy button towards your knees. And I use my heels and pull myself up and forward. Pulling onto that front bottom, lifting that chest up, pulling that tummy button forward, breathing in. Breathing out, pushing those knees down in towards the floor, pushing the chest forward and up. Bring that chin up. Stretch through the neck, bring that chin all the way down into the chest. Bring that chin all the way down into the chest. Turn the eyes towards the right side of that right leg. So turn the head towards that way. Taking the chin towards the right shoulder. Bringing the right ear towards the right shoulder, pulling the left ear away from the left shoulder. And then let's turn the face. Turn the face, rotate it a bit to the clockwise, but anti-clockwise. And change the stretch in the back of the neck. Mine goes down into my shoulders. And then let those eyes come up, bring that head over to the left. Push that chest up again, pull that chin down towards that chest, pull that left ear towards the left shoulder, pull that right ear away from the right shoulder. Lifting that chest, rotate the face, change the pull in that neck. And then relax, bring that head all the way back to the front. Pull those shoulder blades together, lift that chest up, bring those hands forward on the floor, bring those hands all the way up into the sky. Bring those hands all the way out wide, dust the floor, bring those hands all the way up into the sky. Breathing in, push those hands up high, reach. Bring those hands out wide. Bring those hands to the floor. Bring those hands, hold them in front. Lower yourself down to flat. One vertebra at a time. Push that lower back into the ground. Control the rate you go down. Bring the head to the floor. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Reach and stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. Pull those shoulders down towards your waist. Bring those arms up to the sky. Bring the right knee in, bring the left knee in. Bring the tailbone off the floor, hug those knees in and release. Hug those knees in and release. Let that left leg go out straight. Pull that right knee in. Pull that right knee away from the left knee. Pull that right knee up. Lengthen the head away from those shoulders. Push the back of the head into the floor. And then feel that spine lift up between your shoulders, keeping this right knee in. Release, relax the head and pull that right knee over your body. Push that right hand away. Turn the eyes right, pushing that knee down to the floor. Follow the hip after the knee, follow the shoulder after that hand. And then back onto the back, pulling that knee in towards the body again. Stretching through that hip and then let that leg go out straight. Pull the left leg in, hold behind the knee if you need. Pull that left knee away from that right knee. So holding behind that leg, you can have the foot in the air, Emma, if you want. We're just doing this rotation. Pulling that knee up, push that right knee away. Lengthen, and then pull this left leg over your body to the right hand side. Push that left hand away, turn the eyes left, breathing in. Breathing out, push that shoulder after the hand, push that hip after the knee. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then release back onto the back. Put those legs out straight. Take those hands up into the sky. Chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Roll all the way down towards those feet, reaching those feet. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, sit yourself up, grab your roller. Put the roller in across your back. Okay, so resting on the bottom rib. So we do the same thing on the roller because it works. We do the same order of some of these exercises because it works. So resting on the bottom rib on the roller. Take the head in the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push the breastbone up. Let that head come down to the floor. Empty those lungs. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out again. Bring that chin into the chest. Bring yourself back up. Move the roller a touch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push that breastbone up. Let that head come down. Push the bum into the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring that head back up. Move that roller up a bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release, lower. Staying down here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring that head back up. Move the roller one more. Breathing in. On the out breath. Breathe out. Lower. Push the chest up. Resting the head on the back of the roller. Breathe in here. And breathe out. Put those hands around the jaw. Give the jaw a bit of a push. Create some traction. Push on the right side. Push on the left. Right. Left. Push both sides. Relax. Take the head in the hands. Lift the back of the head just off the roller and the floor. Lift the bum up and roll that roller down towards those bottom ribs. And then roll it back up towards those bottom, the base of the neck. And roll it down towards those bottom ribs. And roll it back up towards the base of the neck. And lean on that left side. And rolling all the way up, all the way down. And go all the way over onto that left side. All the way down, all the way up. All the way over onto the left. And then stop with the roller on the bottom ribs. And rocking forwards and back, shimmying through that armpit. Moving those legs to pull the body down. And then working all the way back up through that armpit. And then all the way back down through that armpit. All the way back up through that armpit. All the way down through that armpit. And then back over onto the back. All the way back over. All the way up. All the way down, over onto the back. And then all the way up, all the way down onto your right hand side, just the right hand side of the spine. And then over onto the other side. All the way up, all the way down through that right armpit, and then stop at the bottom ribs. Stop at those bottom ribs, rocking forwards, rocking back. Rocking forwards, rocking back. Using those, using your weight to massage those muscles through those armpits. So if you don't work on the tension through the armpits, you can't get neutral spine. If you can't get neutral spine, you can't engage your glutes. Pushing all the way down, move that roller all the way back up, all the way down, and then rolling over onto the back. Rolling onto the back of the shoulder, and then all the way over onto the back. And then put your bum on the floor. Put your bum on the floor, and then leave the roller in at that bra strap area, holding onto the back of the head, let the head come down to the ground. Take those palms together, push those hands away, lengthen those legs out straight, lift your bum off the floor and just rock a little bit in that bra strap area. Lean onto that left side, come back to the center. Lean on that right side. So we're putting more load onto that bend in the back, the bend that comes forward. Come back to center, pop your butt on the floor, bring your feet in, bring your hands in. Take that head in the hands, roll that roller down to those bottom ribs. Roll that roller to the base of the neck. Roll that roller to the bottom ribs. Roll it to the base of the neck. Pop the bum on the floor and lift yourself up to sitting. And move that roller out of the way. Right, shove that roller out of the way. Okay, we've got the tennis ball. So we are going to do the tennis ball up and down the spine, in between the shoulder, along the bottom and along the top. So we've done the roller on the outside edge. So taking hold of the tennis ball, lie yourself down onto your back. So I'm dropping the ball in on my right side. I'm just going to roll that ball along the base of that shoulder blade. Feel those knots along the base of the shoulder blade. Actually, I am going to take it to the outside. I lied to you. So I'm going to go to the outside edge of the shoulder blade. And I am going to come into that bra strap area, because that is the main area of tension that prevents the shoulder from rotating properly, which then means you end up hunchbacked, which then means you end up not being able to engage those glutes. So we're just going to go on the outside bit there, and then roll that ball up the outside edge of the armpit. And support your head if you need. And then move that ball up to where the arm joins that shoulder. And then I'm going to go along the top. I'll just shimmy it with the other hand. And then get to the base of the neck. And I kind of do circles there. Hold your t-shirt out of the way. I'm going to do circles in around the base of the neck. So, moving yourself around it. And then bring that ball down between the spine and the shoulder blade. all the way down to the bottom. All the way down. And then down to the bottom. Okay. Grab the ball and pop it on the other side. Base of the shoulder blade. Rocking forwards and back. So take it over to the outside edge. You want to roll onto your side, shimmy yourself around. And then go down the outside edge. And then bring that ball up. Work it through that armpit. Bring it over the top. There's that outside corner that is quite painful to do with the ball, so be careful there. Bring it along the top of your shoulder into the base of the neck. I think you just can't do too much of this. You can if you're going to bruise it, but you can just spend hours massaging this. And then go down between the shoulder and the spine. And just get some life back into those muscles. That's all we're trying to achieve. Just get some blood flow down towards the bottom of the shoulder blade. Okay, now move that ball out of the way. So we've done a little bit of hip opening. Okay, move the ball out of the way. Lie yourself on your back here. Roll those shoulders up to the ears. Push them in the floor. Slide them down. Push those hands down towards the waist. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring those hands to the sky. Bring the chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Reach all the way forwards towards those feet. Soften those knees. Breathing in. Loosen that head and neck, breathing out. Push those knees down. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Put that right foot across the leg. Bring the right foot up towards the bum and we're going to stretch the glutes. So Emma, the priority is pulling this thigh. You don't have to bend the leg too much. So you pull the knee up towards the shoulder, turn around and push the glute in the floor. So it's an easier way of doing, we do this on our back, but it's easier on your knees to do it like this. So pushing the seat bones into the floor, lift, feel the stretch in the bum here. Breathing in, breathing out, pulling that knee up. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, release that leg. Now just turn, I'm not sure how you'll find this one, but I want to just stretch your quad. So can you just turn and lean back? So lean back and feel this hip flexor and this quad. It's easier for you to do it this way than to lie on your side and push your foot up. Feel the tension in the front of the leg. So with this, with your bum, clench your bum and lift, clench and lift that hip up so you feel it in the front of this hip too. And then release. So you can be here and you can straighten that leg and then come back up. Put the other leg over, bring the foot. Now you don't have to bring the foot high. You can just put it low and then you can bring that knee up. Or you can bring the foot higher and you'll bring the higher you can bring the foot, the deeper you will feel it in your glute. But just stretch what you can. Lifting that chest up, turning, breathing in, breathing out. So the priority is not pulling the shin, it's pulling the thigh. Good. Lifting. And then release. And then to do the other side, turn your, if you lean back and bring the leg over, And then you feel the stretch through here, clench the bum, lift that hip up. Yeah, if it's not going to work, don't worry. That's fine. So just lifting, pushing that hip up. And then release. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Bring those arms all the way up in front, breathing in. On the out breath, lowering ourselves all the way down to the floor. Leave those arms on the floor beside. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, push them down. Feel those hips are open. Feel that chest is open, drawing the core. Lift the head and turn it round to the right. So we've got the right nostril trying to get to the floor. Stretching through that neck, pushing those shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in, push that nose to the floor. Breathing out, hold. Pull the shoulders into the ground, especially the left one. So we're stretching the ear away from the shoulder. And then release that head. Let it roll back, then lift it to straight. Lift it over the other way, and then push that left nostril down to the floor. Push those shoulders, especially the right one, into the ground. So we keep the stretch of the right ear from that shoulder. Keep that core strong and extend those legs. Push that nose to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Come back up to center, rolling those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Put the fingers under the bum. Push off those elbows and lift onto the top of the head. Breathing in. Breathing out, push that chest high, squeeze those shoulder blades together, push those legs away. Fill those lungs up with air and really spread those ribs. And then as you breathe out, slide those shoulders together further, pushing the tailbone in the floor, and try and lift that back up into a higher arch. And then lower all the way down to the ground. Bring that right knee in, bring that left knee in, hug those knees to the nose. And release, let those legs go out straight again. Put the fingers under the bottom, push off the elbows and come back up into that fish. Push those toes away, draw in the tummy, lift that breastbone to the sky, push off those elbows, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lengthen that chin away from the chest, breathing in. Fill those lungs up with air, breathing out, pull those shoulder blades together. Bring those shoulders together behind your back. And then release, lower down to the ground. Bring that right knee in, bring that left knee in, hug those knees in, lift the tailbone up, bring the nose to the knees. And release. Pop those feet on the floor again, slide them out, put the hands under the bottom, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Into the floor and down, push off those elbows, lift onto the top of your head, push the toes away, lift that breastbone up high, breathing in, breathing out, fill those lungs up with air again, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lengthen the chin away from the body, breathing in, breathing out, pushing off the elbows. And then release, lower yourself down to the floor again, bring those legs back in, hug those knees to the nose. Hug those knees to the nose. Release, put those feet on the floor, roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back, lengthen the legs out straight. Bring those hands up, bring the chin into the chest, roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Glide those hands down towards those feet, reaching and stretching. Bend the knees, flex those ankles, put the hands over the feet. Lengthen the head, push those toes away, stretch those armpits. Now pull those hands, so I've got my toe joints bent. Now I'm going to pull with my arms and lengthen my body, pushing my head over those toes. And then I'm going to release the feet, let the knees come down to the floor, sit myself all the way back up. And then I'm going to roll myself down and lay on my side. I lay on my right, support the head with the underneath arm. Put the bottom leg straight, tuck the top leg over and under. Roll that top shoulder all the way up to the ear, round and back. Roll that shoulder up to the ear, round and back. Big circles with that arm. Big circles, make it bigger and bigger. Now take the hand on the floor, take it all the way around. Let yourself lean back, let that arm come all the way over, let it come all the way over the body. Take it all the way around again, all the way up. All the way over, opening. All the way over your leg, all the way around. All the way open. And then stop it on the other leg. On the leg rather. Take it all the way back, the other way up. All the way around. So we're getting mobility in that shoulder joint, using the floor as the guide. The eyes, the body is leaning back. I'm letting you do that. Now stop the hand in front on the floor. Bring the other hand. Actually, no, keep this hand underneath. Roll that shoulder up to the ear, down and back. Bring that arm up into the sky. Keep this left leg on the floor. Let that hand hang back. Spread those fingers. Stretch that arm. Let that arm swing up towards the head. Let it swing down towards the bum. Let it swing up. Let it swing down. Let it swing up. Let it swing down. Stretch. Bring that hand all the way back. Bring the other hand underneath. Put both hands on top of each other. Bring that top arm all the way over. All the way over to the ground, opening. Keep that left knee on the floor. Bring that hand all the way back. Take that hand all the way opening. Let the shoulder try and come to the floor. So you've got more verticalness with those hips. Bring those hands back together. Bring that hand all the way over to open, getting that shoulder on the ground. And then bring that hand all the way to close. Untangle your legs, come onto your tummy. Same arm, leave it in the pitchfork position on the floor. Turn the eyes to the other side, so eyes are looking right. Left ear is on the ground. Right hand is flat on the floor, right knee comes up. So we're in this recovery position. Let this left arm drift away a bit so you have space in that shoulder. My ear inside of my cheek is flat on the floor. I'm pushing with my right side to lift that up off the ground. Pushing with my right hand and knee rather to lift the right side up. Now push that, feel the stretch in the front of that left shoulder. And now push that left arm into the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release the push of the arm. Lift the body a little bit higher. Feel the stretch through that armpit. Feel the stretch through that chest, through the pecs. Lifting. And then release. And then release. Bring that arm underneath you. We're going to roll onto the left-hand side. Rolling onto the left. Put that left leg straight. Put that right leg over the top, tap the foot in. Support the head with the left arm. Roll that right shoulder. Let the elbow stay bent. Rolling that shoulder. And then make that roll big, that circle bigger and bigger. Trace the hand on the floor. Let the body open up as you keep that hand as close to the floor as you can. All the way over, all the way around. All the way over, all the way around, and then stop it on your leg and go back the other way. All the way around, and then back the other way. One more time. Stop that hand in front. Take both hands on top of each other. Bring that right hand, keep the underneath arm under the head, sorry. Take that right arm all the way up into the sky. Reach that right arm all the way behind you, pushing the fingers away, spread those fingers. Let that arm drift up to the top and down towards the feet. Up towards the head and down towards the feet. Extending it, feel the stretch through the fascia, feel the stretch through those fingers, through the palm of your hand, stretching, pushing that hand away from the torso. And then bring that hand all the way back over. Bring the underneath hand underneath it. Rest the head on the floor. Bring that top arm all the way over to open. Keep that top leg on the floor. Lengthen those hands away from each other. Feel the stretch through the ribs, through the back. Bring those hands back together. Make sure the fingertips are aligned. Bring those hands all the way over, because then your shoulders have moved back. If your hand stops on your forearm, you're not bringing your shoulders up. Bring that hand all the way back. Bring that hand all the way open. Bring that hand all the way closed. So the shoulder comes with the upper, with the ribs, rib rotation. Bring the hand all the way open. Bring it all the way to close. Untangle the legs. Come onto your tummy. Put that right arm in that pitchfork position. Let it slide away from the body slightly. Put your right ear on the ground, right cheek on the ground. Left hand flat on the floor, left knee up. Breathing in. Lift the left side of the body. Feel the stretch into that right chest, right shoulder. Breathing in. Push that right shoulder into that right arm into the floor. Breathing out. Breathing in. Push that right shoulder, that right arm into the floor. Breathing out. Breathing in. Push that right arm into the floor. Breathing out. Release the push of the right arm and lift that the left side of the body higher. Feel the stretch through that chest. Push that right arm into the ground again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release the push. Lift the left side higher. And then release. Roll down onto the left. Sorry, roll down onto the tummy. That's what I was talking about then. Right, I'm just going to turn around. You guys stay like that. Roll onto your tummy. So, forehead on the floor. Forearms next to your body. Next to your head. Fingertips up by the top of the head. So we'll do a little cobra first. Clench the bum, tighten the thighs, lift those knees off the floor. Draw the tummy and lift it up. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push off those forearms and lift that upper body, keeping that bottom ribs on the floor. Pushing the forearm into the ground, keeping the eyes looking at the front of the mat, clenching with the bum, lengthening the body. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push that chest forward. Push off those arms. And then lower everything down to the floor. Breathing in. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, pull them down. Push those forearms into the ground. Lift the upper body, clench the bum, lift those legs up off the ground. Draw the tummy and make sure it's lifted. Pushing that head towards the end of the mat, eyes looking straight down. Keeping straight. Visualize your nose, your chin, your breastbone, your tummy, your crutch. Into the line between your feet. Are you in a straight line? Push those elbows into the floor. Pull that chest forwards. And then release everything down to the floor. Breathing in, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, push the pubic bone into the ground. Draw the tummy and lift it. Push those forearms into the floor. Lift that upper body up. Eyes looking down at the mat. Lengthening the body, breathing in. Breathing out. Push that head away from the feet. Keep the tummy lifted. Lowering down to the floor. One more. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, lengthen those legs. Push the forearm into the ground. Lift that upper body, keeping the bottom ribs down, belly lifted, legs lifted. Push the head away from the feet. Push the throat away from the floor. And then release down to the ground. Rolling the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, lift those legs up. Draw the core in. Lift the hand and forearm up and release. Up and release. Elbow stays down. Hand and forearm up. Release. Up, hold it there. Keep those legs up, keep that belly up. Lift those hands and forearms up in the air. Touch that elbow down. Lift those arms up. Touch that elbow down. Lift those arms up. Take those arms straight out like a scarecrow. Lift the back of the hands to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands down over your bum, palms up, link those fingers together. Push those hands away down towards the feet. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them there. Pulse those arms again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands on the bum. Let those hands come all the way around. Relax the legs down, let go of the tummy, relax. Fingertips level with the head. Elbows are bent. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Hold them there. Push those forearms in the floor, keep your forehead down. Clench the bum, lift those legs. Draw the tummy in, lift that up. Pull those shoulder blades together behind you, keeping your arms on the floor. Now lift those arms up, hold them high, pulse them. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold them at 1. Push the right arm straight up over your head and bring it back. Push that left arm straight up over the head and bring it back. Push the right arm straight up over the head. Tummy's lifted, legs are lifted, bring it back. Push the left arm straight up over the head. Bring it back. Pulse the arms up in the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push both arms straight over your head. Reach those fingers from those toes. Draw the tummy, make sure it's lifted. Forehead on the ground. Bring those arms back. Push those arms up. Strengthen and lengthen. Bring those elbows back. So we've done this with the hands on the roller. Push those arms straight up over the head. Hold them there. Lift the right arm, left leg higher for 5, 4. Keep that torso still. 3, 2, 1. Lift the left arm, right leg. Keep the resting on the bottom rib and the pubic bone for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both arms and both legs. Keep the forehead down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bend those elbows back. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Bring those hands down by the bottom ribs. Point those toes. Clench the bum. Draw in the core. So Emma, we're going to come up into up dog. So we'll come to cobra first. You can do that bit. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum. Draw the core in. Lift that chest up off the floor. Eyes looking straight down. Breathing in. On the out breath, you can do this bit as well. Come onto those thighs. So my knees can still be off the floor here. Lower back to that bottom rib. Push off those hands, come onto those thighs. Lower back down onto the bottom rib. Push off those hands, come onto those thighs. Lower down, come onto the bottom rib. Push off the hands, come onto the thighs. So Emma, we're coming up onto our knees. Come up onto the knees. You could go on your feet. I don't know how that works for you. Lower back down onto the pubic bone. Lift onto those knees. Lower onto the pubic bone, chest open, Ianthe. Push the head away from the toes. Onto the knees. Clench the thighs, lift the knees off the ground. Now drop the knees and go back into child pose. All the way back into child pose, stretching that back. Lengthening, pushing those hands away. So if you've got cramp in your feet, you can bring your toes up. So the soles of the feet are on the floor. Soles of the toes rather. Push those arms away. Walk those arms to the left side of the mat, stretch through the right. And then walk those arms to the right side of the mat and stretch the left. And then push those hands away, pushing that chest down into the floor. So you can kind of amalgamate the puppy and the child pose here. You can take your knees apart a bit. You can bring your chin down towards the floor, chest down towards the floor, push those hands away. We can push up onto our, take our bum up above our knees, sliding those hands forwards. Opening those armpits. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then bring those elbows back under the shoulders. Come up onto all fours. Turn that tailbone down, push that back up. And then turn that tailbone up. And we're going to sit in a sec, so that's fine. Coming into neutral. So come and sit yourself down on the mat. And grab your stick. So sitting on the mat, grabbing your stick. So last little bit. Put those legs out straight, pop the hands behind the thighs, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, bring that stick up in front. Bring that stick back to the chest. Legs straight, toes to the nose, push that stick away. Bring that stick back. Push that stick up into the sky. Bring that stick behind the head. Lift that chest up. Feel yourself nice and open. Turn to the left. Back to center. Turn to the right. Back to center. Turn to the left. Back to center. Turn to the right. Back to center. Leaning back. Push that stick up over the head. Bring that stick back down behind you. Sit yourself up straight, up vertical. Push the stick backwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back, put it straight into the sky. Bring that stick down behind. Push it straight up. Bring it straight down. Push it straight up, bring it all the way over in front. Bring it to the chest. Push it away. Bring it to the chest. Lift that chest up. Hold on to the ends of your stick. Take the right hand down to the floor. Push that left hand over, stretching through that side. And then sit yourself up vertically. Bring that stick all the way over the head. Put the left hand on the floor. And push that right hand. So we're using the stick as a guide to stay in column. And then bring it all the way back up. Bring it down behind you. Lift that chest up. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Chest up, turn to the left. Back to center. Push that stick up in the sky. Bring it over in front. Bring it to the chest. Push it away. Soften the knees. Bring that stick over your toes. Breathing in on the out breath, push it away. Stretch through that chest. Release. Pop that stick on the floor. Holding onto those thighs, roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Bring those arms into the circles, dust the floor. Bring them all the way up into the sky. Bring them all the way around. Pull those knees down to the floor if you can, have those legs straight. Keep going with those arms, bring them all the way up. This time, leave them in the sky, hold those palms together. Breathing in, drop those hands onto the forehead. Lift that chest up and forward. Push those arms up into the sky. Take those eyes up high, big breath in. Big breath out. Release those arms. Rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders. Well done. Man, that whizzed by.